So, hello everyone, welcome to another episode. And this might be my last episode for this year. And then, yeah, today we have a junior of mine again. So, I would like him to introduce himself. So,
Hello, my name is Hangpong Shonpohru, studying in Bachelor of Architecture, fourth year now. And nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. Wow. Look, the thing is, Hans is one of the junior that I got close with, and then yeah, he's one of the most interesting person that I've seen. We talk, uh, we talk philosophy. We talk so much about the life of a student. We talk so high and all stuff. We used to work together and all stuff. So it's really interesting, and I'm glad I met him though. He's an interesting person. So, what do you feel about that?
Same. I think too. When I talk with you, like I always gain something, especially about the softwares and all. There's like very less people who actually understand what they talk about. And then like when I talk with you, like I get inputs of like from real experience stuff and all, and then you like direct me. So it's like it's really good to talk with him. And philosophy part is just the surface level. Yeah, we do talk.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we didn't go through everything. Like, come on, this is student, so we talk about everything stuff. So talking about softwares and all, like Hans, I feel like he thinks like me, but I think in much better way. I think he's much more gifted than me. But in terms of when we talk about software and all, uh, the thing is, there's this idea that I have that if for to learn software, I need to go through each and every step of the way, and then which is always a hard thing to do when it comes to software. I feel like sometimes I have what do we call that that word? OB
Yeah. OCD.
OCD, sorry.
OCD.
Yeah, OCD, and then I kind of have like that I need to process each and every part of it. I need to do each and every part of it. So anyway, yeah, what I'm trying to say, he also thinks like that. And when we talk about softwares and all, like the nerd in us, came out and all. And then it's like it's the funny part about being nerd about this stuff is that we are not even good at representing graphical skill, but our software skills are really good. But when it comes to presentation, software skill, either we're too lazy to do it or like we just don't really care about the graphical stuff.
As of now, like the technical part is good, but then that like even me, I was thinking like in this holiday, I'll like try to touch on that design, the art part of it. Like we have the technical knowledge, but like to represent to the client, to convey message more than just the graphical part, to have the design philosophies in it. Like we have like very limited, so we're trying to like merge both the technical and then design and then the art part of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
definitely. And then here's the thing: we learn a lot about software, and he also like recently used Blender, I believe so.
Blender.
But the thing is that the funny thing is that we learn about the software as much as we can, but the implementation when it comes to architecture, it can comes to those, it becomes really low.
Yeah.
We need to learn all those skills and all, which is hard. So anyway, coming back to like first year and all, right?
Yeah.
Who are you, man? Like in first year when you come to this college.
The initial 1 to 2 years, like it was so hard for me to adjust to this college life, like especially architecture. Like everyone, we were night owls, and then I know myself, like I was never a disciplined kid. I just study at the end or just get through every time. But coming into architecture, it's like it's flipped. The exam part is like the least struggle. The entire semester, like there's always submission, progressive marking and all. Like due to that, I struggle like initial years. These days I'm picking it up, but yeah, the
Yeah.
first 2 years it was tough.
So
Yeah.
how was it though? Like, do you come from a like? Do you know about architecture before coming to this college?
Honestly, this is funny story. Like me and one of my friend, like we were applying this JEE. Before our 12 exams, I never knew of JEE. So like when applying for those forms, we had three: the BTech, planning, and architecture. We were like three, it's too much. One is too low. Let's apply for two. and architecture was included, and I thought ki, like we'll have cool toys, computers and shit like that, and then it will just be drafting and all. That's how I got into architecture. But coming here, it's like that's a lot of work.
Yeah. And then, I mean, according to your explanation, what you were explaining, you
Mm.
don't know about architecture. You
I
just
know.
gave the exam.
I just gave the exam. I
Yeah.
got a good college. I came.
Yeah. Look, guys, same with me, okay? And I think same with a lot of people. It's like we don't know what architecture is. I interview in the past few days. I interview, not interview, did a podcast with some of the juniors, and they actually came from, most of them came from like a strong architectural back, not
Yeah.
strong, but they have
They have an
already have
idea.
experience.
Yes.
You can like, for me, I can literally feel that gap. When I did my first semester,
Yeah.
the gap in the knowledge in this like small skills, like sketching, how good people are at sketching and
Yeah.
different kind of art style, which is really interesting, like sculpting and all stuff. So I really like having those. I mean, it definitely like does create a kind of like an artistic mind, I guess, for me.
Yes. Yes.
So I believe I enjoyed. Now I'm starting to enjoy even more. I believe
Yes.
so. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, me too. Like initial 2-3 years though, it's only technical part. Now, like these days, learning Blender, I'm beginning to pick the artistic side. Initially, even the artistic side were only theories I used to read, but like as learning softwares besides those BIM, CAD and all, the Blender, those Photoshop or the Affinity and all, like we can sketch, paint and all, like so trying to like merge technical as well as design part in the later days, so it's like little more enjoyable. So having those design skills in the beginning will be actually very helpful. Sketching, design, it's like so smooth, like transitioning from part A B, like technical and part and all. So if you like start straight from technical part, it gets boring. The end result becomes, it's functional but then doesn't hits well, as a piece of art, the structures.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
what-
a draftsman for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, draftsman, yes.
Like architecture, we learn more about architecture, but the thing is, with the use of software, we tend to forget that we are artists.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
we are not a drafter. I used to say that. I know. Like normal, if you go for like normal, like regular plan and all, like what's the
Yeah.
difference between you and a real artist?
Yes.
I mean, see, drafting a simple plan and a regular, like a simplified plan is all. It's good, but we, as an artist, if you consider yourself to be an artist, don't you feel something, in your bones? Every time I do something that's not like, that's too simple, I always feel something's missing.
Yeah.
Every time I do that,
Exactly.
I still miss. Obviously, the end result does not come out as I want it to be.
Yes.
Most of the time, obviously, but
Same.
that's just how I felt. And then most of the people, I guess, who love doing art and all, I think they all felt like that. When it comes to you finish your portfolio, right, recently,
Yes.
and then you apply to it too.
Yes.
And then plus, guys, we finish. For me, I just finished my exam, so now my mind is free.
Same. Mine was over 4 days ago.
Yeah. And by the way, how do you feel about as you finish your portfolio and all, right? And you're coming to the end now. You're trying to do your internship by next month, I believe, January. So, like, is there anything that you like to like reflect back on, wish you could have done earlier, and something you learned along the way?
For portfolio or for internship?
Interesting. I would say for both, but we can start from portfolio, right?
Oh, yeah. For portfolio, I wish like I would have documented each and every file, like the ones I've worked, even if it's like not good.
Yeah.
Just progress the models and all, like to exhibit at the end page, like documenting or organizing proper files and all.
Yeah.
Because at the end, like I had hard time trying to search my old files back.
Yeah.
And for internship, though, to be honest, I'm excited. Like all the skills I have learned till now, like I want to exhibit. I want to see it execute in the real world. No, besides just being just what do we say? imaginary
Yeah.
design and all. We see the limitations, like every penny matters. So I want to like see how it feels like when I go to the firm.
I'll tell you something. That's also what I felt when I did before I did my first internship.
Mm.
But when you get to design something as small as a furniture
Mm.
and use those skills a little bit, not all of it, but a
Mm.
little bit, it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
And then once you get appreciation from your senior architects and all,
Ah,
the first time you get appreciation from those people,
yeah.
it gets really, you know,
Yeah.
heartwarming, I would say. So it's really nice. You'll get those feelings. And about the internship and all, like, what do you like looking for, like when you apply for the internship?
In internship, uh, I'll first of all for internship, like what I'm looking for is like I needed that a firm which I'll be going in to be like a middle size, not too big, not too small, and then I want like to understand their design process, their workflow, and also how they communicate with the clients. So that, because like besides design, when we like graduate, this will be the main part of the of the architect, like to interact with the client and all. Because without that, will be useless. So like how to convince them, how they work, how to understand them, you know,
Yeah,
the exchange of these ideas and understanding and all.
yeah,
I want to see and learn how they
yeah.
do.
It sounds like you're really passionate about it and you're really interested.
Yeah.
That's lovely to hear. Because in architecture, you saw your friends and all, right?
Yeah.
That most of us doesn't feel this way.
Mhm.
Like most of us, it's a really hardcore. So most of us feel like really doubtful,
Mhm.
right? They
Yeah.
feel sad and all stuff.
Yeah.
So like when you look back your journey, right, till
Mm.
now, all the whole 3 years,
Yeah.
like what advice would you give it to like juniors batch, like first year?
First years, no. I'd say like whatever they will do, be it in software or their artistic part, everything helps in architecture. Like if you have friends or connections, it always helps in the future. And having technical skills also helps. Artistic also helps. Being able to speak, everything helps in architecture. Because like unlike those engineering and all, having the mind like which is like 90% of the work, but here every skills you have, it will affect on your the way you speak. Say you have a very good design but you can't speak, then you won't be able to, you know, hit their mind. You won't
Yeah,
be able to
convey
convey the message properly.
yeah.
So everything matters. So whatever you do, try to hone it, and then don't think it's useless. Softwares and all also, like the it takes time, but then the problem with this, like the tools and all we use in architecture, the initial semesters they will let you do hand drafting and all, but at the end it won't be very useful. And then the softwares has like so many variety, from drafting, modeling, rendering, and also it'll be nice if you start doing, like, even if it's not very hi-fi software, just start, like, have the idea. Because if you know how to learn a software, then you can use the same skills, and then when you go to the other software, you will learn it very fast. So no matter what you do, it's helpful.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. And plus, the main thing that I would suggest too is that practice. There's
Yeah,
nothing. There's
practice.
nothing else.
Yeah.
If you don't practice, you won't be good.
Mm.
That's as simple as it comes.
Yeah.
And then yeah, every day, every hour, it matters. If you don't practice, you'll be. I can't help you.
Yes.
And I'm really conservative when it comes to this kind of thought about self improvement and all.
Mm.
That a conservative as in, I feel like you should not depend yourself on with other. You should
Mm.
do stuff for you yourself, for your improvement. You should
Mm.
not depend on any other people.
Mm.
And then as much as you can do it for yourself. That's I think that's my conservative mindset. I don't know if you guys agree to it, but that's how I think.
Mm.
And coming to like this how we talk about how hard the courses
Yeah.
are, but here, as you experience, right?
Mm.
What do you think the some of the causes like influence of
Mm.
those might be?
I think the way this profession is set up now, like everything you do, at the end product, we might say like we might think it shouldn't have taken that much time, but naturally, like we have classes, get assignment, take it back home, we have to work and discuss, then only we can go to the next step. So it takes so much time, even if the work was like 30 an hour work. So at the end of the day, it'll be like 2 3 weeks extended because we have the class once or twice in a week. So because of that, we feel the subjects is like hard, or the assignments are like lengthy. So I think that that's one of the cause, like the
Yeah.
time like even though we work on it like maybe maximum 2 hours, we
Yeah.
feel like we've been working the whole week on it.
Yeah.
I think that's why it makes it seem harder, boring, and then
Yeah. Plus, I would also say that concept is the hardest part in architecture.
yeah,
Coming up with concept. Once you get
yeah,
to know like plans and all, you know what requirements are there. But
mm,
like we said, like from beginning, like the artistic part, right? The
yeah,
concept part is the hardest part because concept doesn't come because you sit 2 hours or three
yes,
hours
yes,
or
yes,
whatever hours. Sometimes my concept came out while I was brushing my teeth. I have this concept that I want to do.
yeah,
Sometimes I take bath while I'm taking bath. I don't listen to any music, and suddenly while I was taking bath, putting soap on my hair or something, whatever,
yeah,
shampoo or whatever, and the concept suddenly came out of nowhere, and and you need to be prepared for those moments. I believe so.
mm,
Sketching it out for me,
yeah,
sketching is the quickest way for me. I
yes,
believe so. I'm not really good at sketching, but I can sketch enough for me to translate what I'm thinking.
yeah. Sketching is the best. Like even if we have idea in our head, if we need to like materialize it, have it sketched, have it written or something. If you don't, you will lose it. It's like a lightning. It's like a spark.
Yeah.
It's like momentarily you will have it, and then
Yeah.
you will forget it. You
Yeah.
have to have it written at least.
Yeah. So like for me, I about Hans is that one thing about Hans is that he thinks really independently. He's not like other students, like they come from parents and all stuff, and they are not nurtured. I mean, they're nurtured in such a way that they don't think as in like independently
Mm.
most of the time. And then this kind of independent thinking comes naturally, mainly because we get to experience so many stuff. I definitely wasn't like that when I was starting my yeah bachelor's first semester, whatever. So like tell me, like tell us like your backstory, right? Where you come from.
Mm. I'm from Northeast Nagaland, India. My from Mon district. So my parents, my dad is a professor in economics. My mom is a typist in PWD office. So like initially though they just wanted me to be an engineer, a doctor, or whatever. And then like growing up, I took up science, which included maths and this IP informatics practice, computer. So I think all of this led into me having a little bit of interest in architecture. Like even though I did not plan to take architecture, I when I was thinking, I that convinced me to
Yeah.
take up architecture. And in the point of view of arts, the I've been watching so many movies, so many documentaries and all, which led me to like convince myself that I can do it too. So I think all this upbringing is like independent, but then
Yeah.
collectively it led me to
Yeah,
be.
I think you forgot to mention one thing.
What is it?
He most of his time, I feel like he stays in hostel, right?
Oh yeah, hostel since class 5 because I don't study at home.
Yeah. So that's why like his how he thinks and all like really matters. I believe so with how
Yeah.
his upbringing
Yeah.
is. It's not like he was then already like he thought of this stuff already, right? Because you are alone out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in your hostel, nobody is
Yeah.
there to like teach you and all stuff about parenting, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you get to meet your parents when you have like vacation and all only.
Very rare.
Yeah. So most of your advice come up from the senior, I believe so.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
I was lucky. I had many good seniors.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in schools too. I had like so many cousins or senior friends like that. So I was very fortunate that I did not have had problems, even though I was in hostel since fifth standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned so much from them too, and then like I could observe it firsthand, like different kinds of people, like their personality, the way they
Yeah.
behave, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like that.
I am talking about this because when I talk to you about people and all stuff, you seem to understand so much about people. So anyway, there's a cat in a room. So what's her name? I forgot.
Bini.
Yeah, Binny. Binny is in a room. So yeah,
Mm.
now she's leaving slowly.
She's gotten fat.
Yeah. Anyway, like when we talk about people personality and all, right?
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff. When I talk to people, doesn't seem to understand, right? People seem it's natural, but it's not natural. People have some history why they act this certain way, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we are not assuming we know everyone and all. We are
Yeah.
just assuming as per our experience with people.
Try
So,
to see the
yeah.
pattern, no?
Yeah, yeah. Now this assumption that we do doesn't mean that we know people and all
Yeah.
stuff. We're just
Yes.
saying stuff. So if you want to believe it, believe it. If you don't want to, don't want to. So like okay, when it comes to friends, right? Do you have like a good friends out there?
Outside the
Plus,
college.
wait. I think this is a better question. Like, who do you consider like a friend, a good friend?
Yeah. Very tricky question.
Yeah.
I think to be a friend, one thing is I think we should have and some interest in common, or first having something interest in common is always the reason we have friends. Like one thing might be like geographical, you guys might be close. Another common reason might be like the same schools, the same hostel you grew up with. And then very tricky question. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah. Because for me, when you call someone good friend, right, it's someone who you share your secrets with, right?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
all of the secret, but you can talk to.
Yeah.
It's not that so many of the friends doesn't talk the same way, right?
Yeah.
You can't share some people some stuff.
Yeah.
You can't share some people some other stuff.
Yes.
And then you need to hide that intentions, right? To
Yes.
some friends and all. Hide
Exactly.
your intentions, hide it and all. So yeah, that's what when it comes to social life, right? What do you think is the most important in as a student in architecture?
Social life. I think
Because definitely now I'm an introvert. I'm really introvert guy, as in like I don't want to go out of my room, you know. I want to stay in my room. Obviously it got much better than before. I could talk to people and all, but still I would prefer my room, you know. And when I work, I want to be alone. I don't want anyone to come to me and all stuff, which I get it. Because but then I remember that I am a year back student, right? So when it comes to friend going out, walking and all, I feel like I don't need that one, because my purpose, I know my purpose now, right? My purpose is to come and then finish my batch, you know, get my degree and all stuff. So that's my purpose. But for a student, right? I believe when I saw some student roaming and here and there, right, without, let's say, for practicing, doing work, whatever, group work, whatever, I feel like if I'm in their position, I would do the same thing, right? Because for me right now, being an introvert is fine for me, because I know my like resolve what I need to do. But for some of them, they just roam around, right? But how do you like I think the main question would be, how do you like balance between your social life and then school life, right? because
Mhm.
like we talk about stuff, architecture, if you want to be good at architecture, it needs practice, you know, like your
Mm.
software skills need to be practiced
Yeah.
often. The more practice you have, the more better you become.
Mm. Yeah, exactly.
That's, so how do you balance, how do you think you balance that? Not that because we give this to all people who listen, just because we give this answer doesn't mean we follow them. Okay, first of all.
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
Hmm. Social life though, it's it's for me. It's like I socialize mostly during the weekends or during the night hours during the weekdays, and then my as for my academics and those other practices, I just tend to read or watch stuff even during my leisure. It's like as like for like 4 or 5 years I used to so many other entertainment sources like from games to movies that I used to watch, but right now the I'm running out of it. I don't even have something I want to watch during weekend. So at the end of the day, I just watch related to work architecture, and then I just spend my free time like that. As I'm just sitting in my balcony, I do that. So it's
Yeah.
like it helps a lot. And even during socializing, like I just talk with them, have like let them be around. I just enjoy the yeah
Interaction.
interaction, and I just like the sound. I don't have
Yeah.
to be actively involved with
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
but
But
I sit
you
with
like the
them.
community
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all stuff.
I just love it off with them, and then as I just chill in behind, I just do my stuff. Just
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
I love that answer. And I think we can wrap this up,
yeah.
wrap this podcast. So any topic that you want to cover? Anything
Nothing
that
in
you want to say?
particular. It's not the last weekend. Obviously, if you have something in mind, we'll contact and then do it online. Also, it's fine.
Yeah, sure. We can
Yeah.
do another one
Yes.
through online. This time, I mean, next
Mm.
semester you'll be
Yeah.
out, so
And
we'll try somewhere.
I'm just a student. I still have a lot to learn. As I know more,
Yeah, yeah,
I'll correct myself
yeah,
in the
yeah.
future.
Uh, Everyone, this probably will be my last episode for this year. So I would like to give my gratitude to the people who have done my podcast, and then people who I have done my podcast with.
Mm.
And then I appreciate everyone who take the time to do this one. And then for all the listeners, I get around 800 to 700 views averaging like that. And then I appreciate each and every one of you to uh, for watching. And then yeah, I have some comments in the comment section that, like, love the
Mm.
podcast, saying those stuff. So I appreciate each and everyone. So yeah, I'll try my best continuing in my next semester, which is next year. So yeah, so everyone, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So yeah, bye bye, thanks.
Thank you.